Lila and Kayleigh's podcast.
Today we're going to be sharing our PNM stories with you guys.
We know you want to hear it.
We're super excited.
Heck yeah, we are. I'll start off first. My name is Lila Joe. I'm from Chapin, South Carolina. It's about 20 minutes outside of Columbia. I'm an incoming sophomore, and I'm a marketing major right now.
My name is Kayleigh. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm majoring in communication and public relation, and I am potentially an incoming senior, depending on how my summer classes go.
They're going to go great. She's going to be an incoming senior. I, as well as Kayleigh, both went through formal recruitment, and I went in 2024, this last year.
I went through formal recruitment in 2023, and yeah.
It was amazing.
It's awesome.
Go Pan. We first want to talk about how we prepared for formal recruitment. Why did we decide to go through recruitment? We'll go with Kayleigh first. Kayleigh, why did you decide to go through formal recruitment?
Okay, so I was like, I don't know. I was never like a sorority girl. I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm going to college. Like, I need to make friends. Like, my biggest thing was like, oh my gosh, I'm going from like my hometown to where like I know I have my girls and I have my friends who I've known for like 10 plus years, who are my best friends, to going to college and being like, wait, like no one like is obligated to like be my friend or be loyal to me or have my back. So like that's why I went through recruitment. And then some things that I did like over the summer to prepare was I watched every single TikTok you could possibly think of. Like I was on like the Bama stuff, I was looking at Coastal Carolina Panhellenic, like the Instagram. I was looking at the website and all of that, looking at the videos of like what's in my recruitment bag, like the day in my life from the year prior, and all the different kinds of things that like everyone kind of did. Why did you go through recruitment?
To be so honest, like I just said, I'm from 20 minutes outside of Columbia. Everybody goes through recruitment there. Everyone goes through it. Everybody is like, oh my gosh, I want to be a sorority girl. So like coming up, I've had a few times in my life where I was like, I don't know, like if recruitment's really for me. Should I go through recruitment? I don't know. But then once I reached like junior year, I was like, yeah, we're doing this. Right when I figured out I wanted to go to Coastal, I kind of assumed that Coastal recruitment might be a little bit different from like Bama, but I was still really nervous. Ultimately, I decided to go through recruitment because I just wanted to make friends. Like I wanted a group right away. I have two sisters. I'm one of three. So I've already grown up with that like sisterhood, sisterly dynamic. And I knew I wanted to just expand that even more. My mom and my aunt and a lot of my other aunts were in sororities, and I've just heard nothing but good things. And I was like, I need to do this. And then preparing for recruitment was too much. I literally did the most.
I dropped like $500.
Yes,
like just for the 3 days.
And girls, let me tell you, I'm sure me and Kayleigh can absolutely attest to this. You don't need to drop 500 bands. Like it is fine.
It's really like, the way it's portrayed on social media makes it seem like a much bigger deal of like what you wear, how your hair is done, everything. Like you're going to get like a lookbook that like Panhellenic will put out. And also like the RCs reached out to like me through email in like, I think it was July or something like that of the summer before I went through recruitment. And like they will, say, here's my number, like text me if you have any questions. Like the first day you get the shirt that you have to wear. And I think I wore like a white skirt and like teal shoes because I was like, I just started Coastal, go teal, like let me represent the school.
Exactly.
Because I was like that little freshman.
Exactly. She went through it perfectly. I did the same thing. I dropped so much money and I was so stressed. All me and my friends were like, oh my gosh, like we need to get this from this place and this from this place. I'm like, wait guys, I cannot spend $200 on a set.
No, but like Shein. Like go to Shein. Because I was going to all these like nice boutiques and being like, oh my gosh, I need the prettiest dress. Like when I was recruiting, I could not tell you one thing that one girl was wearing because it is genuinely just about the conversations. Like even as a PNM, I could not tell you what these girls were wearing that I spoke to in fall of 2023 because it's not important. Like it's really based off the conversation and like how authentic and genuine you are with the person. And it's literally when everyone says like, oh, just be yourself. Like that's the best advice you can be given because that's literally what it's about. Like the outfit does not matter. The shoes do not matter. Obviously I wasn't going to show up in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, but like you can literally buy a $5 dress from Walmart and no one's gonna know if it's Walmart or if it was from like a $500 like boutique in New York City.
Yeah, I completely 100% agree. I spent way too much money for recruitment. And I love my dresses. I felt very confident. That's the main thing. Wear what you're confident in. If you feel good, you know you look good, you feel good inside, you're going to be fine. Just be confident, go in. Don't be scared. It's not scary. It's honestly more so much fun. And yeah, like it just be yourself. Don't worry about your outfit. So I would say for us, like we definitely went in maybe a little too prepared and
I think everyone does that. Like every single incoming freshman is like, oh my gosh, I need to impress these girls. And it's like, yeah, you want the girls to like you, but it's also like it is a mutual selection process. Yeah. So it's like you also have to like them. And like you don't pick your friends based off like what they wear, how expensive their clothes and shoes are. So like why would you pick a chapter or a chapter pick you based off of that? And I feel like that's something that's not really spoken about enough is like it doesn't matter what you wear. And 100%. Like because there's people who come in and, you know, they have the money to spend on $1,000 pair of shoes. People who come in through recruitment and they have $5 and that's it. And like, it doesn't matter what you wear, what you do. Because I know everyone's like, I was super nervous going into my fall recruitment. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Like, because every like, when I was looking on social media, it was like every single video, every single Instagram post from every school was very different. And so that was tough for me. But it ended up being awesome, obviously, since we're sitting here today.
Exactly. And I completely agree. And like how we said earlier, how Kayleigh said, like you will get that email from your RC, which tells you what group you're in. You get to know your RC a little bit better. And I know that kind of eased my nerves a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to be with people. And I don't know, I can just speaking for myself. What do you think about that, Kayleigh? Like, did that kind of ease your nerves or make you more nervous for the process?
I feel like once I got the email, I was like, okay, awesome. So, okay, I'm going to go through like, I'm going to break down the week for the PNMs who are listening. Hi guys, hope you're enjoying this so far. So basically you're going to, once you sign up for formal recruitment, you'll get an email from your RC saying like, hi, like, you know, how are you? Introduce themselves, tell you what group you're in, just like you just said. And kind of like you know, these are the dates. This is everything that's going on. So the first thing, I think it's like the second or third week of school usually is when the week of recruitment is. So you have like the first opening night where there are no active members are there. I think it's just people that work in the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life, the RCs, and all the PNMs. And they pretty much give you a breakdown of all the chapters, like the Greek letters, their philanthropies, their values. You get your name tag in your shirt. And they tell you what time you have to be there either tomorrow or the next day. Because there's 2 rounds of sisterhood because there's a lot of PNMs and we want to be able to get all of them in there. So you have the 2 rounds of sisterhood. And then, but you only go to 1. So you only go to 1 day of sisterhood. And then the next day, when you come back in as philanthropy round, you get your chapters back. And then the final day is preference day. And then that night is bid day / bid night.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it here, which I didn't even know that going in because so many other schools have like 4 days of sisterhood round because they have a lot more PNMs or that's how their school does it. So like that's how we do it, guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome for that information.
Yeah. At Coastal, that's how it goes. As far as like we kind of talked about like a week about for sisterhood, I had just like a sundress. Preference, I had like a more fancy like dinner dress. And then for that first day, yeah, like Kayleigh said earlier, you're just going to get like a skirt. They're going to give you your shirt. As far as stuff that I brought like in my bag and stuff like that, a mini fan.
Chapstick. And chapstick. You need chapstick.
Lip gloss. If it's really hot, sometimes people bring umbrellas to hide the sun. I personally wouldn't do that because you're just going to be running and it could get in the way. Lots of water. And then like people brought those oil blotting pads, but those did not work for me. I tried.
I've used them in the past and like I don't know. Like
they took my makeup off.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was very like minimal because I'm very like I don't know. Like I can be very put together, but for recruitment, I was just like I was so tired. I was all over the place. Like I was super nervous and like I think I literally had a plastic water bottle, not even like a reusable one, a plastic water bottle, chapstick, lip gloss, mascara, and like maybe like a pair of flip-flops, depending on the day.
And moral of the story, we still got through recruitment and we still ended up at chapters. So don't freak out. It's a ton of fun. The recruitment bag is like super fun. to put together. I literally have my recruitment bag next to me right now. I'm not even kidding. I got my name monogrammed on it because I'm from the South. But don't freak out about it. But as far as like recruitment and all that went, like we had a few little events before, like organizational kickoff day or OK Day. That's where we got to like know all the sororities. I actually did meet my chapter at OK Day and I thought they were so awesome, but I definitely didn't know like, oh my gosh, I have to go whatever my chapter is on OK Day. Like you should go in with the most open mind and good faith attitude as possible because you really don't know based on social media or just one first impression. You have to actually go through the process.
That was a big thing for me is so I lived in a suite with 3 other girls who were also going through recruitment. And all 4 of us were doing it together. And like, you know, obviously like the first week of school, you're all super excited. And like something that was like really tough is like everyone says go into it with an open mind. Like you absolutely should, but it's literally impossible to not hear like whether it's good or bad about chapters or anything that you're going into. Like I was like with my roommates and we came back after like sisterhood or like philanthropy and we were like, oh yeah, like how'd it go? Like what chapters did you go to? Where'd you go to? And it was like the things that like these girls were saying about like these certain chapters, like it was hard not to like change my mind or think a certain way or not think a certain way because it was so like people are so like influencing to like, especially when you're a freshman in college, like you're literally just trying to fit in. And like the best advice like I could give is like if you like a chapter and if you feel like that is your home and where you want to go, do not listen to anybody else. Like do not like talk to your RC, don't talk to your roommates or your friends. Don't even talk to your mom or your friends from home. Talk to the RCs. That's who's going to give you the most like unbiased like real advice and like tell you things based off of like your personal values and how you feel because that's exactly what I did because my preference round day, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do. And I sat down with my RC and I was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And she asked me like question after question to see how I felt about like, you know, my values and like what I wanted out of a sisterhood. And after like our conversation was over, she didn't like tell me where to go. She didn't tell me what to do. She was like, I think you have your answer because after answering those questions, they were all pointing towards my chapter that I'm in currently, which is awesome. But like the point of that is like, if you're like living in a suite, which you probably will be, you'll probably be in Elvington Loop in a 10-person suite and probably half of your suite is going to be going through recruitment. Try not to listen to what everyone says because your roommate might fit in perfectly with a chapter that isn't for you and you might fit in perfect with a chapter that isn't for her. That was like my biggest thing during recruitment.
That is completely okay. Like everyone can do different things.
Yeah. And like that was, I don't know if like you had any of that or if any of the girls that you lived with like were doing recruitment also, but that was like a big thing. Like I was like our entire floor was going through recruitment. It was like
we had a similar thing, but also my roommates and I kind of got close really quickly. And we were all like, no, we're going to do what's best for us. Like, and we didn't talk about it. Like we really did try to keep it under wraps. And I would just say to do that. And like that kind of brings us into the week itself. The first round is going to be the sisterhood round. Again, our outfit was our little skirt and our Panhellenic shirt. And for me, I had kind of a crazy experience for sisterhood round. Again, sisterhood is, I would say, probably the craziest day. You visit all chapters, which this coming year is going to be 7. We're so excited. And you go to each different chapter and it's just a crazy day. You go all around campus. You are luckily in a comfy outfit, which definitely helps.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Yes.
Your RCs are going to tell you to wear comfortable shoes. And I remember my freshman year when I went through recruitment, these girls showed up in heels and we were literally running like a 15-minute run across campus. And these girls were all the way in the back, aching, not able to do it. Like when listen to what is told to you because I'm so thankful that I did and I wore sneakers during sisterhood round because I would have been down for the count if I didn't.
Yeah, I'm the same. And for me individually for a sisterhood round, I loved all the chapters. I after the first day was like, I think they're all great. You're gonna build your own opinions really quick, but again, we want to really reinstate how important it is that you keep them to yourself. I did have a very strong connection with the chapter I'm currently in on the first day, but everybody's experience is so different. Like some people don't have that, and that is totally okay.
Yeah, like on Sisterhood Round for me, I definitely left like very confused. Like I literally liked every single chapter, and also like the chapter that I'm in now, I talked to my very last round. So like you start this process of Sisterhood Round at what, like 8, 9 in the
Yeah.
morning, and you end maybe at like around 6 or 7 o'clock. So it's like from that time, like obviously like my first chapter that I went to, I was super nervous and I was like shaking and I was like, oh my God. And then after a couple rounds, I opened up a little bit and I warmed up to the process and I was used to it. And then by like my last chapter that I went to, I was so tired. And the last chapter that I went to was literally the chapter that I'm in now. So I didn't really have that good of a connection after the first round, just because like I was so tired and I couldn't even remember all the conversations I had. Like I was trying to write things down in my notes, but I was just forgetting because I was literally talking to so many people. And like I know like a lot of people like feel that way too. Like you meet so many people and you talk to so many girls and it is so overwhelming, but like it's also awesome and so much fun at the same time that like by the end of the day you're like, I just need to sleep for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But you actually
But
have
you
to get up and do
can.
it again the next day.
Yep, you got to get right back up. And honestly, it's a part of the experience. And if you go in with a positive attitude, you're going to have so much fun. And that kind of brings us into philanthropy. Philanthropy is a little bit more chill, I would say, than sisterhood.
Yeah, it's definitely like Sunday brunch vibes
for sure.
like outfits.
Yeah, that's when you wear like a little cute sundress. You can get up to 4 chapters back for philanthropy. It is totally okay if you do not get 4 chapters back. Some people get 1, 2, 3. It all just depends.
And if you don't get all 4, it is okay because there are going to be girls there. Like this literally happened like with like me within like my own RC group of like there was a girl who was walking around and bragging and saying, I got this many back. I got these chapters back. I'm better than you. And like the girls who were sitting there with, you know, maybe they had 3 chapters, which is still fine. You're only going to pick one at the end of the day.
Having 1 and having 4 is nobody is better than the other.
You can't be in 4 chapters at once. So like there was a lot of like, I know in my group, like where I was sitting for that time of fall of 2023, there was a lot of unhappy faces. Like I felt like a type of way, but like I didn't even really know how I felt because I had gotten the chapters that I had really liked back. And I was just like, I don't know. Like I was trying to like starting to like second guess and doubt myself because people around me were like, oh, well, I got this chapter and I got this chapter and I just didn't have them, but I didn't want them back. Like I knew who I'd liked and I was happy when I first opened it, but then hearing everyone around me was very like, wait, like, am I doing it wrong? Like, is there a right way to do this? And like the reality of it is, there is no right or wrong way to do recruitment. The only thing you could do wrong is not go through it in good faith, which we'll like touch on a little bit. And like it really doesn't matter what you do.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I would say for preference is without a doubt like as far as routine,
emotional,
but as far as routine goes, I would say it's the chillest day.
Yeah, because you go to 2 places and that's
at
it.
max you go to 2 places, and if you go to 1, also literally completely fine. And it is very emotional. You get to know the girls very, very well. And honestly, I loved preference round. I really did. I've made some great connections, and I'm still best friends with girls that I like talked to in preference round. I actually talked to the same girl in sisterhood and preference round. You don't know this, but my girl that I talked to in sisterhood, we cried during sisterhood, which if y'all don't know, that's not normal. That doesn't happen. And then she had me for preference round, which was amazing. Amazing. And I had a great preference round. What about you, Kayleigh?
So I don't even remember the conversations I had. I couldn't even tell you the girls. Actually, no, I remember the girls that I talked to, and I just remember like I was so torn. I did not know what to do. And I had gone back to like my RC and I was like, okay, what do I do? Like, I love both of these chapters. I love both of these girls. Like, I gave her all the information. Like, this is who I talked to. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. And, you know, she hit me with a bunch of questions, like to see how I was feeling. And then once all my questions, like all my answers to her questions pretty much aligned with one chapter, that was who I picked. And the great thing was that after I picked my chapter that I'm in, I ran home to them on bid day. I saw the girls who had preffed me from the other chapter on campus, in the dining hall, weeks, months, even to this day. I see them out and they always say hi to me. They always say, I'm so happy you found your home. Like, that is amazing. Like, I obviously I wanted you so bad, but I'm so glad that you made the right decision, that you love where you are now.
Exactly. Remember that you're not going to make anybody upset. And that's part of going through with good faith. Do what is best for you without a doubt. And that gets us into bid day. Everyone loves bid day.
Bid day is awesome.
Bid day is awesome. That is, to this day, my favorite memory within my chapter. I ran home to a girl that I kind of knew, didn't really know, and we are best friends to this day. It's so special for everybody, and you really just get to see your sisters come together and the sisterhood that not just your own chapter has, but the entire Panhellenic community has, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome because I've been on like both sides of bid day where like I was running home, then I had girls running home to me. So it's just like every single year it is like, it's so awesome. And the girl that I ran home to, I had not spoken to her during any of the rounds. Like I did not know who she was, but I ran home to her and we ended up talking, and she introduced me to her best friend, her roommate in my chapter, who is now my big and is my best friend. So like everything worked out. Like even though I was like freaking out during philanthropy and prep about like I don't know what I'm gonna do, I like all these chapters so much. Like we're here now, we made it through, like we survived. Like everything happens for a reason. Everything is going to be okay. Even though like during recruitment the emotions are all over the place. Like you could go into one day being so happy and being so like, yeah, like I'm doing this, and then you can leave that day feeling totally lost and like you want to drop the whole process. But it's like you just have to stick through it, and if you don't like where you end up, you don't like it. But like everything will work out. Everything happens for a reason. It will all work out.
Give it a try. Go through in good faith and have fun. Remember, it's not too serious. And we all are there for the same purpose. And it is the most valuable experience. And you guys are going to love it. And we can't wait to meet you all.
Yeah.
That's our podcast.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, friends.
Thank you. We can't wait
See
to
you in
meet
the fall.